Pierre, you want to come out here?
Hi, I'm your L7 movie guy, PR Marks. This is the show for all your movie streaming recommendations and reviews. Let's get started. First up we have is The Roses, a British/American comedy drama where life seems easy for the picture-perfect couple Theo and Ivy. Successful careers, a loving marriage, and great kids. However, a tinderbox of fierce competition and hidden resentment soon emerges. When Theo's career takes a nosedive and Ivy's own ambitions takes off like an airplane.
What?
Oh, stewardess. What's the in-flight movie today?
Well, I think you'll like it, Cyrus. It's called I'll Never Make Love to a Woman on the Beach Again. And it's preceded by the award-winning short, No More Steak for Me, Ever.
So, right off the bat, I definitely had my reservations with this one because it's a remake of an extremely funny film that Danny DeVito made called War of the Roses, which didn't need to be remade in any shape or form because it's a great dark comedy about marriage and divorce. This one, on the other hand, though, has its witty, posh, pompous charm of British dialogue mixtured in with the rich elite of delusional, sexual carefree of Californians. Now, it might seem like I'm being mean here, but I'm actually not. It's actually the production as well as the writing for this that is humorously displaying this throughout the film. Then, surprisingly, the film takes a deep inside look in the horrors of marriage and how any little mishap or disconnection between two people can take a nosedive into madness and mean-spirited behavior.
Marriage. It's not for everybody.
As for the actors and their characters, I will say that everybody did a pretty decent job in portraying people that act like they care about the well-being of others, but then do things or say things that make it more awkward or make the situation even worse than it was before. For example, there is a female character in this that tries to pretend to be very sympathetic as well as understanding towards her friend's marriage being on the rocks or falling apart, but then tries to sneak around physically and hint towards the husband of her friend that she wants to sleep with him constantly, which came across as sometimes funny or was trying to be funny. But in reality, it came across as more of a douchey type of funny than anything else. Now, the main focus, of course, was the Theo and Ivy character because they were amazingly written in a way that you cared about the struggles of their marriage. That at times would have you laughing quite a bit, but then at other times would have you emotionally frustrated because you felt to a point that their love was just unbelievable.
What is your problem?
You want to know what my problem is? You want to know what my problem is? I love too much.
Peter, what are you talking about?
Don't you see, Lois? We're alive.
Peter, you're scaring me.
Good. Embrace the fear. Dance with me, Lois. Dance the dance of life.
Overall, this was okay and not a bad film to watch if you have nothing else to watch. I did like, however, they had this reversal of stereotypical type gender roles in this, and how that was kind of like a main focus on how like some people can't handle it, and how that was like the kind of the start of all their problems in their marriage. But at the end of the film, it felt very rushed, as well as the original film was 10 times better than this one. So that is why I'm going to give this one a nay. As for an audience thumb scale though, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. Now I want to take a quick break and mention my top 5 out of 5 films of 2025 that are a must watch. And since the new year is right around the corner, I feel like these films deserve an Oscar or should win an Oscar in some type of fashion. First one is Weapons, a truly uniquely horrifying awesome film that had me on the edge of my seat. The second one is Eddington, a weird, wild, small-town drama had me guessing where it was going in terms of characters. The third one is The Legend of Ochi, a puppet animatronic adventure that plays out like a Wes Anderson type film that was quirky and a lot of fun. The fourth one is Caught Stealing, a run-chase crime film that is filled with oddball characters and dark humor. And of course the fifth one is gonna be One Battle After Another, a dark look of two sides of a political coin that is a roller coaster of ups and downs of emotions and filled with inappropriate laughs. So that's my list, and if you haven't seen them, then I highly recommend you do so now. Last up we have is The Toxic Avenger, a horror comedy where a janitor becomes a social outcast when a freak accident at a chemical factory turns him into a mutant. However, he soon uses his newfound superhuman strength to fight the slimy criminals as well as a corrupt CEO.
He's a very corrupt.
Now, to be totally honest and frank with you, I've only seen bits and pieces of the original movie franchise, but for me, it didn't do much, but I can understand for some how it has a cult following. But for this upgrade and remake, I will say it's very amazingly stylistic. Everything from the cinematography, the makeup, the practical effects, the CGI effects, the lighting, the sound design, the wardrobe, and the editing really gave it its slimy, bloody, crude charm. The director is known for being a comic book writer / screenwriter that is involved in such bodies of work like the film Green Room. But if I had to make any comparison to what films reminded me of this one, it would have to be Hobo with a Shotgun, which I absolutely loved and got me locked in for this watch. That's because in films or movies like this, it takes the idea of a body dismemberment gag and makes them really darkly funny and hilarious.
I don't want milk. Milk's for babies.
Yeah, babies.
Oh yeah? Well, I happen to know that milk helps build strong bones. So drink up.
Well, Mr. Miller told me he never drinks milk. Look at him.
Yeah.
Hi, kids.
Oh, that's not good.
As for the characters and the actors that played them, they weren't very complex or hard to figure out at all in terms of their purpose, which was purposely done to be this way, so it made it easy to follow the main story as well as the character subplots. Now, what was blatantly obvious with this one was that anybody that was a main or side character, you could just tell they had a lot of fun. But for the major standouts, it would have to be Elijah Wood for his portrayal as a creepy henchman Igor type character, as well as our main villain played by Kevin Bacon that was so vain and filled with selfishness, attitude of power and corruption. Which, let's be honest, who doesn't like a little bit of Vil Bacon in their movies? Then, of course, there's the main character, the Toxic Avenger, that was so badass and terrifically humorously performed by Peter Dinklage, and a female actress that I have really hard time pronouncing her name, so I will not try to butcher it, but she was amazing as well.
Jay Quellen. Where's Jay Quellen at? No Jay Quellen here?
Yeah. Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be. Y'all wanna play. Okay then. I've got my eye on you, Jay Quellen.
In the end, this was awesome and a lot of bloody fun. It was extremely funny with its off-the-wall type of brand of filmmaking and brand of thrash metal type humor, which will definitely be a must-buy and own in the future. If I had to nitpick about anything with this film, I will say it's not for everybody and it's more catered to people that are fans of like these B/Tromo type movies. But for me, I liked all the wackiness and fun that this film had to offer, so that is why I'm giving this one a yay. As for an audience thumb scale, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. Well, that's all the time we have. As always, smash that like and subscribe button. And if you liked any of the movies we discussed, please leave a comment down below. Have a good weekend, and may the movies be with you. Lates.